This is how I found this sign in my cup holder when I sat down. There's two little girls in front of me. They have written on their sign the name Aunt Peggy. I start doing a little more investigating right there in the seat. Survivors, I'm starting to look around and I start seeing these are fake posters. They're supposed to look like you wrote on them. So I collected a few other specimens just to give y'all some evidence. Like, this is what's going through my mind, like, as I'm investigating, like sitting in my seat at the World Series. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. How are you on this fine, like, Tuesday or whatever? I'm doing quite well. I wanted to tell y'all a little bit of a story time mixed in with a bit of an investigation. So my fiance, Prim, works in the sports industry. He works in that arena, in that area, and he, as a part of his work, ended up getting offered free tickets to the World Series. Now, me and my fiance met in Philadelphia and we live in Princeton. So obviously our team, our baseball team, is the Philadelphia Phillies. And he got offered not only a ticket for himself, but also they gave him an extra ticket. So I got to go to the World Series. It was really cool. I have a little bit of video footage and things from like my vlog that I'm going to post, or maybe I already posted. It was really fun. It was basically a once in a lifetime experience. And even though the Phillies lost and they ended up losing the whole World Series, it was still super cool. And I feel very lucky to have been able to go. So while I'm there, I kind of stumbled upon perhaps the greatest marketing move of all time. Like, I have to give them a little bit of props and a little bit of credit. But also, like, I don't know, it's just kind of rubbing me the wrong way. And y'all know I can't just like sit idly by and like not have opinions on things. So here I am to share it with you today. Oh, also, the night of the World Series, I broke my thumbnail. So I do plan on getting that fixed today, but I couldn't wait one more second before telling y'all this story. So don't mind that. So when you get into these arenas or whatever, sometimes you'll see that there's cup holders in the seats sort of like in front of you, so you can put your drink or your beverage or whatever, right? So in every single person's cup holder, there's one of these things rolled up. I'm going to show you how it was. Okay. So in the cup holders, there's like a thing like this rolled up, right? Like in each cup holder, and every cup holder has one. So as soon as I sit down, obviously, I open it up and it's two-sided. And on the front side, it says this. And I didn't pay a lot of attention to it because there was just so much going on. There was energy, there was excitement. It was a lot, right? But I looked at it, I'm like, okay, I stand up for survivors, stand up to cancer.org. And then I turn it over on the back and it's like, it looks like this. So it's kind of giving like a souvenir, right? It says World Series 2022. It's got like a Capital One logo. And then it gives some instructions. I'll put it up here so y'all can read along. But it says, following the fifth inning, so in baseball, there's 9 innings, usually, unless there's like an overtime situation. Following the fifth inning, you will be part of a televised moment on Fox. Oh, great. Okay. So even just right off the bat, like, y'all know I'm a linguist. I like to analyze the actual words that people choose, especially when it's a written word like this. It's not off the cuff, right? Who knows how many people sat around working on this, right? It's in every seat. There's like 40-something thousand seats at the World Series, right? You will be part of a televised moment on Fox when the entire ballpark will stand united in the fight against cancer. Okay, sounds good, I guess, whatever. Like, if you're really not thinking anything at all about it, like, sure, like, let's all stand up and make a public stand against cancer. But then, like, let me finish reading it and then we'll get to the nuance of why these words that they chose are important. Then they say, when prompted, please stand and hold up your card as we all stand up to cancer together. Okay, still, again, it sounds good. It sounds like we're all going to be unified to do something. And it's something that all of us care a lot about, right? Standing up to cancer is important. But like, we're just going to stand up. Like, how's it going to help cancer? You know what I mean? Last sentence says, thank you for standing up with us, and put standing up with capital S, capital U. Visit standuptocancer.org to learn more. And then right below that, there is a QR code that says donate now, open camera, scan code. See, QR code. Okay. So I kind of like don't really pay that much attention to it, like I said. And then fifth inning's over, sixth inning is about to start. And we, of course, are all prompted. Now, y'all know me. I'm not standing my ass up for anything. Okay. I am not standing up for anything. You have to impress me or basically threaten me to make me stand up. And even if you threaten me, I might still not stand up. Like, I'm not standing up for anything. Okay. Like, physically getting out of my seat unless I feel like it. Like, if somebody scores a point, somebody makes a run, somebody scores a touchdown, like in a football game, something like that, I'll stand up, I'll cheer. But that's because I feel like it, because I want to. But I just never have. Even when I was a little girl, like they would try to make me stand up for stuff, stand up for the prayer, stand up for the play. No, shut up. I don't want to stand. I don't feel like standing up. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something in me that's just defiant against physically standing up. So everyone else stands up and I'm like, it does seem like a good cause and stuff, but I just wasn't feeling standing up and I don't want to stand up. So I didn't stand up. So I'm looking around and they're playing this over the loudspeakers in the ballpark. They're playing this like very emotionally charged like song. There's no words, but it's beautiful. It's emotional. It's this. We're all part of this moment together on Fox and all this, right? And I'm looking up and then I start looking around a little bit and I see the little girls in front of me. There's two little girls in front of me. And looks like they have written on their sign the name Aunt Peggy. And God, I wish I would have asked them for that sign. But then I start, y'all, because I'm not standing up and I'm not enthralled with all the emotions of the thing, I start doing a little more investigating right there in the seat, right? I'm just sitting down. I'm sitting there looking at my little thing, stand up for survivors. So it says, I stand up for survivors, and it's written in red. Now, like I said, this is how I found this sign in my cup holder when I sat down. I look at the back again. I'm looking at the back again. And then I see survivors. I'm starting to look around and I start seeing these are fake posters. They're supposed to look like you wrote on them. So I collected a few other specimens just to give y'all some evidence. Like, this is what's going through my mind, like as I'm investigating, like sitting in my seat at the World Series. Here's another poster I picked up. I stand up for kids in the fight. And look how it's written in a different font. It is obviously supposed to look like someone wrote. Look at this. It's supposed to look like we all sat and wrote who we're standing up for. Then I start getting a little aggravated because now it feels like a propaganda push. Now it doesn't feel like, oh, we're all standing up as a part of a televised moment on Fox to stand up for cancer. Because I'm thinking, right, like, and Prim even said it. I looked over at him and we were trying to be nice and respectful because we all have family members and loved ones who have suffered and struggled with cancer. And it does seem like maybe they're doing something good for cancer. But then Prim looks over at me and he goes, do you think the cancer cells can feel us standing up? Like, basically the question is, what the is standing up right now actually doing to help cancer, right? Like, I need a little bit more explanation because holding these fake posters that are supposed to look like somebody wrote on them, I don't think is really healing cancer. So how are they healing cancer, right? And this standing up thing goes on for minutes, like 2 minutes probably. So now I'm really invested and I'm looking at my fine print here and it says, we've already read the top part together. Then there's this huge line and I didn't really bother to read below this. Of course, we have the Mastercard emblem and then the stand up to cancer, which is in the same color as Mastercard, which I don't know if there's a relation or not, but it's a very good marketing choice if not. And then it says, in this more fine print, it says Mastercard. So now we're bringing Mastercard into it. I still don't know what stand up to cancer is. Mastercard would like to thank all of its cardholders who ordered online or tapped in store at restaurants and grocery stores to help support Stand Up to Cancer. Then it says, thanks to you, all right, who's you? All the Mastercard supporters that tapped to help support Stand Up to Cancer. Have y'all ever been asked if you wanted to support a St. Jude or support Stand Up to Cancer or whatever? Round up your change to go to charity, whatever. I'm assuming that's what's going on here, right? So it says, thanks to you, Mastercard donated $5 million that will help further Stand Up to Cancer's groundbreaking research efforts. Okay, great. Sounds good. Okay. So it looks like Mastercard donated $5 million to this nonprofit called Stand Up to Cancer. And now all of us are part of, quote, a televised moment on Fox when the entire ballpark, which that's not true because I didn't stand up. So it was not the entire ballpark. The entire ballpark will stand united in the fight against cancer. When promoted, please stand up and hold your card, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So Mastercard donated $5 million to Stand Up to Cancer's groundbreaking research efforts. But Mastercard got a pretty good deal out of it, don't you think? Because here's all our dumbasses standing up holding our stupid fake signs. And as Mastercard, we're all holding Mastercard posters as far as I'm concerned. And not only that, they made it into a souvenir by putting this shit at the top. So people are going to take it home. It's like $5 million seems like a steal to be able to write it off on your taxes, Mastercard, and to be able to get thousands of people to stand up in a teary-eyed moment where people are crying and being emotional about cancer. Y'all, the little girl in front of me, her poster said Aunt Peggy on it. It said Aunt Peggy. It looked like this little girl stood up with a poster that said Aunt Peggy. And Mastercard's like, oh, thanks to you tapping and donating at the store, we donated $5 million. So it's ambiguous to me whose $5 million that even was. Did that $5 million actually just come from us tapping our Mastercard, thinking we're doing something good? Now, listen, before y'all get mad, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe Stand Up to Cancer is a very good organization. And if you stick around in this video, we're going to find out who's really involved and what's really going on in it. But I keep looking because now I'm getting aggravated because this just seems disingenuous. Like, this seems like a trick. Like, it seems like, oh, look, we're all standing up and holding these posters with Mastercard's logo, and we're all crying to this sad music, standing up to cancer. And it's like this fake writing, like something in my spirit just didn't like that they put this fake writing on here. It feels like propaganda. It feels like an attempt to emotionally manipulate us, right? I stand up for survivors with all these logos all over the place, Mastercard. So then I get to reading at the very, very bottom, the very, very fine print, right? All the way down here. See it down there? It says, Stand Up to Cancer is a division of the Entertainment Industry Foundation. And then it says Mastercard starts something priceless, and the circles design are registered trademarks of Mastercard International Incorporated. Okay. So see that tiny writing way down there at the bottom? Stand Up to Cancer is a division of the Entertainment Industry Foundation. And y'all know, when I saw Entertainment Industry Foundation, my Lou Taylor bells and whistles just went off. So first of all, I hadn't reached any conclusions about this at this point, right? This is just me kind of going over what went through my head at the ballpark during the World Series while everyone's standing up and getting all emotional. And I'm sitting here thinking, all right, what's really going on? What's really going on here? Now, what's really going on is Mastercard seems to have donated $5 million to an organization called Stand Up to Cancer. But Stand Up to Cancer is not a nonprofit. Stand Up to Cancer is a division of the Entertainment Industry Foundation. So I thought today, just as a fun exercise, we could look into the Entertainment Industry Foundation and we can figure out who's really behind this, what's really going on, and if Stand Up to Cancer is something we really want to donate to. Because remember, right on the back of here, after they done jerk the tears out your eyes with the sad music and they're saying, oh, Stand Up to Cancer, everybody has someone who's died from cancer, whatever. They're also giving you this very convenient donate link. So I'm like, all right, do I want to donate to Stand Up for Cancer? Let's go and look. So let's go to the website for Stand Up to Cancer. Okay, so now we're at the landing page for standuptocancer.org. And of course, they have this targeted ad down here that had just popped up. Someone from Princeton just donated $100, whatever. And then let's just see like who we are. Stand Up to Cancer works relentlessly to offer the newest, most effective, and most promising cancer treatments by bringing together the best minds to collaborate, innovate, and share cancer research. Okay, so that doesn't tell me anything, right? What is it? Oh, relentless, effective, promising, quickly, but it's like what is it? Okay, let's see. Executive team. President and CEO. Who do we have? Stephanie Heron, Deborah Morrison, Dana Hirsch Lipman. And then they have some other media development. They have some other people here. But Stand Up to Cancer, let's see if we can have the financials here, founders and advisors. So now they're going to have some famous people, Katie Couric, Sherry. Who is this? This is the founders and advisors. So looks like it's all women. There doesn't seem to be any Ziffrin. Ellen Ziffrin. Who's Ziffrin? Ziffrin sounds very familiar. I know that name from somewhere. Rusty Robertson, Noreen Fraser. So these are some, so let's see, clinical trials. No, I'm trying to see what exactly they're funding. Research portfolio. So here's their science portfolio. It was put out June 2022. Advisory committees. So this kind of tells you the table of contents. And this is the stuff that they're kind of seemingly their research, right? Colorectal cancer, health and equity breakthrough team. And then it's all these people at all these fancy universities, the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. There's Mass General Hospital, Baylor, Dana-Farber, that's in Boston. Okay, so it looks like they're actually doing some cancer research, which is good. So let's head on over to the Entertainment Industry Foundation's page and just kind of figure out who they are and what's going on over there. Overview. Let's go to the overview. We serve as a gateway to giving for the entertainment industry. Founded in 1942, so in the middle of the World War, the Entertainment Industry Foundation, EIF, is a multifaceted organization that occupies a unique place in the world of philanthropy. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything, but except when it was founded. By mobilizing and leveraging the powerful voice and creative talents of the entertainment industry, see, they know how powerful those voices are, as well as cultivating the support of organizations and philanthropists committed to social responsibility, EIF builds awareness and raises funds, developing and enhancing programs on the local, national, and global level that facilitate positive social change. So that sounds good. I mean, it sounds good. I can't find anything wrong with it so far. Our board of directors, the board of directors is Chris. Let's go to the leadership page. So this one has a few more men than the Stand Up to Cancer, which seemed to be all women except that one guy. Here's the board of directors. And it says the Entertainment Industry Foundation board consists of the most influential and philanthropically committed leaders in the creative communities. So you don't have to get far before you see somebody at CAA. Chris Silberman, the chair and director. Then you have Jeff Bader, the vice chair, Peter Seymour, Dan Harrison. I don't know any of these people. Andy Kubitz, Denise Woodley, Jack Sussman, Kathy Johnson, Lynn Harris, who is a Lou Taylor lookalike, Natalie Tran, and Sherry Lansing. They have this team. So Deborah Morrison, we saw from the Stand Up to Cancer board. And I think this lady might also, Dana Lipman. So they do share boards. They go back and forth. Okay, we have Stephanie Herron, Deborah Morrison, and Dana Hirsch Lipman, who are the executive team for Stand Up to Cancer. And on the EIF, let's see who's on there. Dana Hirsch Lipman is on there too. Deborah Morrison. And what was that other one? Stephanie Herron. Let's see if Stephanie Herron is here. No. She's not here, but the other two members from the executive team for Stand Up to Cancer, which is a project or a division of the EIF, the Entertainment Industry Foundation, they share two people. So then we have, Deborah, Dana, a bunch of other people. None of these people I know or, look familiar, but I just wanted to show them to you. And then we have this advisory team, program leadership, Stand Up to Cancer. So they did go ahead and put this on here, but it looks like it's not the same people that are on the Stand Up to Cancer website executive team. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to show y'all a little bit from the 990, which is the public disclosure form for the tax filings for the Entertainment Industry Foundation. So this one is from 2021. This is the most recent one. And we have gross receipts for the organization for this year in close to $70 million. It's based, of course, in Los Angeles, California. Tax exempt, yes. Corporate, Prior year, so the year before, which would have been 2020, the contributions and grants that they distributed were 97 million. The total assets were 110 million in 2021. And then it says briefly describe the organization's mission and most significant activities to coordinate the philanthropy of the entertainment industry. Like, that's so vague. And I don't really know what it means. Okay, entertainment industry foundation. I want to look at two things. I want to look at specifically how much money they're giving to the Stand Up to Cancer division of it. And I want to know also where they're actually donating money. The other thing I want to know is how much they're paying their officers, right? This is a huge budget, $110 million in total assets. So I'm assuming these people are going to be making a lot of money. So let's just look. And again, the reason I'm talking about this is because they looped my ass into it by trying to make me hold up this phony, fake handwritten poster with Mastercard's logo on it, which Mastercard itself might not even forked over this $5 million. Might have been us saying, yeah, we want to donate. Because so I want to look, what in the hell are they asking us to donate our money to? You want to put a QR code on the back of a poster after you made me stand up talking about kids in the fight, kids standing up to kids, fighting cancer. Standing up? How? Let me see where this money's going. Let me find out where this money's going. You know what I mean? Okay. So now we see Stand Up to Cancer. The expenses were $41 million. And that included giving out grants, about $32 million in grants. Okay. So this company, this nonprofit organization, the Entertainment Industry Foundation, donated in 2021 about $32 million in grants. So they got these donations, but then they gave grants out to these Stand Up to Cancer recipients, grant recipients. So what does it say? Stand Up to Cancer initiative is designed to raise funds to accelerate groundbreaking cancer research and bring new therapies to patients sooner to save lives. Great. Sounds good. So far, so good. It utilizes the entertainment industry to build broad public support. Oh, you mean like making us all stand up with these fake signs? Okay. And to enhance awareness of the devastating impact cancer has in this country. Okay, baby, do we need our awareness enhanced on the devastating impact that cancer causes in the country? Or are we all pretty much aware what cancer does and the devastating impact? I'm just saying, like, so far it's not bad. Nothing's illegal. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's corrupt. It's just like, it's just like a bunch of buzzwords. It doesn't mean anything. And I'm getting sick and tired of the non-authentic buzzwords. We want to enhance awareness of the devastating impact cancer has in this country. Bitch, we know the impact cancer has in the country. Y'all should have stopped at the first part of the sentence. We want to raise money to make cancer treatments get to people faster. Like, just say what you mean. You know what? I was just getting sickening. The goal is to bring together the best and brightest in the cancer community, whatever that is, encouraging collaboration instead of competition, which again, like what do you mean? What does that mean? Collaboration instead of competition. Like, okay, but how? You know what I mean? We'll look and see. Now, we could do a whole deep dive and read all the other things they do, like this $4 million in grants for the charitable service funds and $2 million for whatever else. But this is where a lot of their money is going, right? $32 million is grants, and then they have expenses that are $41 million. So let's see what organizations they're actually giving this money to. I want to see what they're funding. How is it actually helping cancer? How is it actually helping to achieve their stated goal, which is encouraging collaboration instead of competition, which, like, y'all, they didn't have to put that shit there. They did not have to put that there, but they did. Stand Up to Cancer is designed to raise funds to accelerate the groundbreaking cancer research and bring new therapies to patients sooner to save lives. They could have stopped right there. They could have stopped right there. They kept going. They used the entertainment industry to build broad public support and enhance awareness of the devastating impact of cancer in this country. Like, we don't already damn know the impact of cancer. And the goal is to bring together the best and brightest in the cancer community, encouraging collaboration instead of competition. Okay. They didn't have to put that part, but they did. So now I'm going to try and scroll and find the other two things that I'm looking for, which is how much they're paying people. Yep, here we go. So the president and CEO, Sung Poblete, I don't know how to say that name. They work 40 hours a week and make $484,000 a year plus whatever this 22,000. So about $500,000 this person makes every year. We have Nicole Sexton, the CEO, making about that's, about $400,000 a year. Deborah Morrison making over 300,000. Maureen making over a quarter million, right? And look what they're paying these people: 240,000, 231,000, 225,000, 208,000, 200,000, 187,000, 176,000, 171,000, 177,000, such that they're paying over $3 million a year just on salaries. Okay. So 41 million is going to expenses for stand up to cancer. 3 million of that on paper is going to the team. So then we have independent contractors. We have the Robertson Schwartz Agency, which is making $2.2 million a year from the fund. Venable, which is a law firm, making $377,000. Tackle LLC making $229,000. These are the independent contractors that they're paying. Allison and Partners, brand new. And I don't know, maybe some of these people are who came up with the idea of making fake handwritten signs. That's the part of this whole thing that really aggravates me, y'all, because I was standing there and people around me were like crying, like holding signs that said Aunt Peggy. And I was like, what the hell is this? All for Mastercard to donate our $5 million. Like, it was just a huge emotional, like, a energy harvesting. Like, it was just a huge emotional manipulation. And I'm like, why did y'all have to do this? Like, it seems like this is a decent enough brand. It seems like this is a decent enough organization. So why did they have to like make us do this whole thing of like standing up, and people were crying, and like, why did they do that? It just doesn't make sense to me. Fundraising events, $25 million. And it just begs the question to me, is this a fundraising event? Because if yes, like it's weird. I don't know. It's not illegal. And that's why at the beginning of the video, I said, good for them. This is genius marketing. But like, I just couldn't do something like this. It felt so manipulative. Kids in the fight, it's like they picked stuff that was intentionally like dog whistly, like survivors, kids in the fight, loved ones, like Aunt Peggy, for God's sake. Now let's see who they're actually donating this money to, because they told us that they give out $30 million in grants, $33 million in grants. So who's it going to? In a total of $396 million, which again, I don't know what the grants are yet. Let's see where they're going. And here we are. Okay. So how much money is this EIF, the Entertainment Industry Fund, giving to specific things? Because so y'all, just to regroup, remember when we saw it earlier on the website, it's like, what's their goal? Collaboration instead of competition. And they're talking about, we're trying to get the best therapies out faster to the people and heal them and all that. All stuff that sounds great. And I really hope that they're telling the truth about that, because it sounds great. Okay, so the first line is a $19 million cash grant to the general program at American Association for Cancer Research. $19 million is a lot of money, but I do see how that fits in here. American Association for Cancer Research seems like that's their main thing, is to do cancer research. I've never looked into them. I'm not going to do that today. The next place they gave money in the amount of $1.5 million is the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. We've already discussed them, for their general program. So they just donated it just straight to the medical school for the general program. Purpose of grant, general program. It doesn't say like cancer research, does it? Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York, 1.3 million, general program. So it's just the cancer center, but at least this is the cancer center. Up here, this is just the med school. So why are they giving money to a med school? It doesn't say cancer center. Mass General Hospital. So they donated 1.3 just straight to Mass General. for their general program. And this is where it starts to get kind of weird. Trustees of Princeton University, they gave $1.3 million. But like, this is just like a moral, ethical question. This is not me saying, this is not legal advice. This is not a legal opinion. It's just me just like thinking, just thinking. Princeton University, I'm going to look up their endowment right now. So as you can see, I just typed in the internet, Princeton University endowment, and it says Princeton's endowment has $37 billion in it. Billion, would it be billion. They have a 46.9% return for the year ending June 30th, the largest rate of return since the Princeton University investment. Okay. So basically, Princeton University has money, is my point, right? So if you're trying to get the most fastest cancer, whatever out there, like, and encourage collaboration instead of competition, don't you think you would give it to someone who really needs the money as opposed to, say, the trustees of Princeton University, who already have a $37 billion endowment? Leland Stanford Junior University got $1 million. NYU Medical School, NYU Grossman School of Medicine, for their general program, got $1 million from this organization. Trustees of the University of Pennsylvania, that's where I went to school, and I can promise y'all they not broke over there. Let's see what their endowment. $20 billion is the endowment for the University of Pennsylvania. So again, not broke. The Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, that makes me a little less upset because it's like a cancer institute and it says cancer in the name of it. Like, this is a cancer fund, and the people who are donating money to the organization think it's going to cancer. But just based on what I can look at here, they're just donating money to universities. Trustees of the University of Pennsylvania, they have $20 billion. Here it's like, okay, at least it's a medical school even, right? But like, just random, okay, here's trustees. How do you know that the trustees of the University of Pennsylvania are going to give that $850,000 to cancer research? How do you know? And maybe I'm just not good at reading these. Maybe I just don't know what I'm looking at. Comment below if you have a better understanding. The Rockefeller University got $500,000. University of Texas, Johns Hopkins got a $400,000 grant. And this just says general program. Like, it doesn't say cancer program. Trustees of Columbia. Oh, good. $250,000 to them. Let's see what their endowment is. It was $14 billion. The Columbia University has a $14 billion. National Alliance on Mental Illness got $230,000. What does the mental illness, National Alliance on Mental Illness, have to do with cancer research? I do not know. The Black Theater Coalition, probably a very great cause, but what does it have to do with cancer? I'm wondering. General program, $200,000 for the Black Theater Coalition. And again, if they would have had us standing up and saying, donate to the Black Theater Coalition, that would have been one thing. But they had us standing up crying and snotting in the middle of the World Series for loved ones, survivors, kids in the fight. Handwritten fake Aunt Peggy. Shit pissed me off. Aunt Peggy is the reason I'm making this video, because they had us standing up looking like buffoons on TV. And what are they doing with that money? Oh, they're giving it to the likes of Yale University. For what? If I wanted to donate to Yale, couldn't I do that myself? Hispanic Federation. And again, y'all, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of these donations. I think you can donate to any of these causes. If you really want to give money to like schools that have more money than the United States government, then you can do that. But I just feel like this whole thing was incredibly misleading, especially considering it's a little bit ambiguous as to whether that $5 million from Mastercard was even from Mastercard, or was it like they collected it from us while we were, quote, tapping in store and at restaurants and grocery stores to help support Stand Up to Cancer. And what is Stand Up to Cancer doing? They're turning around and giving money to Yale University General Fund. They're giving money to Columbia University, who has billions of dollars. They're giving money to the trustees of the University of Pennsylvania, who, from me alone, collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in tuition. Like, these people have money. These things, they're not broke. And so it's like, if I just wanted to basically make this video to just remind y'all to just question everything. There's nothing wrong with anything I've found so far. I'm sure that if I kept looking, I could find some shit somewhere, somehow down this rabbit hole. But really, there's not anything wrong with what they're doing. But in my opinion, it is misleading marketing. It's misleading. It's making us stand up and have these emotional responses. We're all heightened emotionally, listening to this emotional music. Then, right after it, giving you a QR code telling you how to donate. I wonder if instead of this, if what was in our seat said, I stand up for Yale University's endowment, would people have donated? If instead of this, in everybody's seat, it said, I stand up for giving $1.3 million to the general program of the trustees of Princeton University. Do you think people would have stood up and did it? If instead of saying, I stand up for kids in the fight, if instead of that, it said, I stand up for giving University of Pennsylvania $851,000 when they already got billions in their endowment. If instead of I stand up for kids in the fight, it said, I stand up to give Yale University $200,000. Do you think people would have stood up? No, they had to do this shit. They had to get us all tear jerked out and get everybody all worked up over damn Aunt Peggy in fake font so that people could be a part of a televised moment on Fox where the entire ballpark is going to stand up united in the fight against cancer so we can give Yale University $200,000 next year. I think not, y'all. Like, we need to relax on some of this marketing because it's getting a little bit out of hand. This is just my opinion for entertainment purposes only. Y'all do what you want with your money, do what you want with your body, stand up if they want you to stand up. But as for me, I'm going to keep questioning shit and reading fine print because what in the hell is the Entertainment Industry Foundation and how do they have their claws so deep in the World Series? Facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.